What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. So today's video is all about the most expensive PlayStation 4 games of 2019. Now, you guys seem to be liking these list videos I've been making, you know, top 5, top 10, my favorite. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback, so I'm going to continue to do this at least for the next couple of months. Then I'll probably move on to, you know, reviews and, you know, some other stuff that I want to do. Now, I've also been getting comments talking about other games that should be on this list, and some of you guys are absolutely right. Some of these games should be on these lists, but when I make these lists, check this out. No new copies, no variants, and no imports. So I will focus on imports a little bit later. These are just regular, traditional releases in the United States, whether they're from a limited run company or a regular, you know, big budget company. You know, these are regular releases. So if there's a crazy variant cover and the price is jacked up $200, it's not going to make it on this list. Now, I will say this, when making a PlayStation 4 most expensive list, this was the hardest list I ever had to put together because of companies like Limited Run, Strictly Limited, PlayAsia, and other limited release companies compiling all this information, going off of sales numbers on Amazon, eBay, even tracking some stuff that's going on GameStop. It's really hard to put this list together. And I will say, for collectors out there later on trying to collect for the PlayStation 4, I'm just going to say it's probably going to be the hardest system to collect for, at least thus this far, you know, moving forward. So good luck with that. You better have deep pockets, like I'm talking Neo Geo money, to chase PlayStation 4 in the future. Anyways, guys, let's check out the 10 most expensive PlayStation 4 games of 2019. At number 10, we have VIII, the Lacrimosa of Dana. I always have such a time pronouncing that. We'll go with VIII, just like in previous videos where I couldn't pronounce it. But this game does tend to make a lot of top 5 and 10 lists that I do, and it's probably because it's such an amazing game. It's also a PlayStation 4 game, you know, a big release that actually held its value more than really any other PlayStation 4 game I've seen thus far. Now, in the VIII series, one of the staple aspects of the VIII games, at least for me, is how fun the grinding is, and that became very apparent to me when I played PSP iterations of VIII games years ago. And it really hit hard when I played VIII's Origin on the PlayStation 4, and it took me back to all the fun that I had with the series. So I'm a huge fan of the VIII series, and I have heard that they are working on another game. I guess that would be VIII 9, so I can't wait to get more information on that. But anyway, coming in at a price of $50 even, and it was really hard to track the sales numbers for VIII, but VIII is the 10th most expensive PlayStation 4 game of 2019. At number 9, we have a game called Hyper Light Drifter. Now, this is a game I might have seen here or there, but I really didn't know anything about this game, and I still don't know a lot. But until I started putting this list together, that's when I kind of found out about it, based on the prices that it's selling for. From the research I have done, this was released by a company called I Am 8-Bit, and I've heard that name before. I'm just not too sure about any of their previous releases or anything like that. So this game looks like it kind of plays like maybe an older Ys game or maybe a Zelda game, kind of like a hack and slash game. Maybe it has some RPG elements involved. I have no idea. I've never played this game a day in my life, but I do kind of dig the graphical style of Hyper Light Drifter. But anyway, coming in at a price of $65 even, Hyper Light Drifter is the 9th most expensive PlayStation 4 game of 2019. At number 8, we have Saturday Morning RPG. Now, this is a game that I played, beat, and liked for the most part on the PlayStation Vita. Well, a mix of the PlayStation Vita and the PlayStation TV or Vita TV. Now, there's scratch and sniff stickers that you have to scratch. They're on the front of your Trapper Keeper before every battle. And as a matter of fact, you can see them on the screen right now. Now, the faster you scratch these things, the more power-ups you get. There's only a certain amount of them. And you do it with your finger on the touchscreen on the Vita. Now, when you play on the PlayStation TV, you use the analog stick to emulate the touchscreen on the Vita with the PlayStation 3 remote. I know that's a lot to take in, but what I want to know is, and I'm trying not to sound too confusing about this, but on the PlayStation 4 version, when you scratch the scratch and sniff stickers now on the PlayStation 4 remote, do you use the touchpad, that little weird thing that we don't use for any games on the PlayStation 4 controller, or do we use the analog sticks? I'm sure one of you guys that have played this on the PlayStation 4 can let me know in the comment section down below. But this is a limited run game. I found out about this game. I think this was one of the first few they've put out. I had heard about the Kickstarter or the Indiegogo or whatever it was for Cosmic Star Heroine. I was really interested after seeing some of the screenshots. Found out about this company, Limited Run Games, that's supposedly doing a physical version of Cosmic Star Heroine. Started following them, watching the games they were dropping on their website. Started buying most of them. You know, I didn't get Breach and Clear, but I pretty much got all the early stuff just because it was new and interesting, and now it's pretty much mainstream. But you know, this game looked interesting to me, and I got it on the Vita, and I really like this game. You know, even though it's a mix of, you know, really crisp graphics, and I mean the graphics are crisp, but like modern day graphics and retro style graphics, they kind of blend them together, which is kind of weird. But you know, my stepson, watched me play and beat this game, watched me play a lot of this game, and he really liked it. So, and I liked it too. It helped me and my stepson bond together. So I have nothing bad to say about this game. I do feel like it is worth the price, but coming in at a price of $70, it's the 8th most expensive PlayStation 4 game of 2019. At number 7, we have Firewatch. Now, I don't know anything about this game. I mean, hell, I didn't even know about this game until I started doing research for this video. Only thing I do know is this game's kind of expensive, I mean, or else it wouldn't be on this list, and that it's a limited run game. Now, Limited Run's a company based in the United States, but some of these limited release companies are based in the UK, and I think there might be 1 or 2 on this list. Now, for the purposes of this video, even though I said no imports, I do believe that a lot of those companies use North America as a targeted demographic, so I'm going to keep that in mind when making this video and allow them onto this list. But I will have to say, this game does not look that appealing to me. It looks like a walking simulator. Maybe you put out fires. I don't know. Maybe a monster comes out and gets you. I don't know. Maybe you walk into traps or set traps. I have no idea, but I do know this game comes in at a price of right around $70, making it the 7th most expensive PlayStation 4 game of 2019. At number 6, we have 99 Vitas. Now, this is a strictly limited release, you know, from strictly limited games. And like I said earlier, certain companies are based in the UK, and I am allowing them to be on this list. And this is one of those games, and like I said earlier, I believe that their target demographic was North America, even though they sold globally. So I just can't see putting a limited release game like from Strictly Limited on an import top 10 list. So I just feel kind of funny about that. Anyway, for a few of these games, I am allowing them to be on this list for some of the more notable games, and this is definitely one of those games. This looks like a fun beat 'em up. Never played it before. I've heard great things about it. I'm hoping I could get online on the PlayStation Store and download it eventually. One of these days when I'm feeling kind of frisky and want to live stream something cool, I think I will download 99 Vitas and play it for you guys. It's something I've been meaning to check out for a while now. It's one of those games I kind of regret not getting at launch, but for whatever reason I didn't. And I guess at least at this point, it's just not meant to be as part of my collection. Anyway, coming in at a price of $80 flat, 99 Vitas is the 6th most expensive PlayStation 4 game of 2019. Coming in at number 5, we have Gravity Rush, and I guess this is a remastered version because I played the original on the PlayStation Vita. As a matter of fact, the original Gravity Rush, I do believe that might have been one of the launch titles for the PlayStation Vita, but it's one of those games that take advantage of the touchscreen, and that was the gimmick of the game. You did things with the touchscreen on the Vita from what I remember. And I remember I got a PlayStation TV on sale for like 20 or 30 bucks somewhere, and I wanted to play Gravity Rush on the PlayStation TV, and it wouldn't work. And then I went online and found out about whitelisting my Vita. And, you know, that's not really a bad thing. You're just taking physical games that you already own and playing them on hardware that it should work on anyway. But I was still worried about getting banned off a PlayStation Network, and nothing ever came of that. I think it's safe to whitelist your Vita if you need to, especially since Sony doesn't support it, because it doesn't remove any type of copyright protection or anything like that. But I remember seeing a remastered PS4 version used at GameStop one day, and I was like, man, and I almost bought it, and I regret not getting it because of the price that it goes for now. This does seem to be kind of a rare game and somewhat of a hidden gem amongst gamers and collectors alike. But coming in at a price of $85, my goodness, Gravity Rush is the 5th most expensive PlayStation 4 game of 2019. At number 4, we have Oddworld Abe's Odyssey New and Tasty. Now, this is another one of those limited run games or limited release games, and I was trying not to have this list bogged down with games like that, but there's really not a whole lot I can do right now. It's just how the market is and what people want to buy. But I remember this game growing up, it being a slight platformer with puzzle-solving elements. I think I played the original Abe's Odyssey or Abe game, whichever one I played, on the Xbox. I did not own an original Xbox as a kid, but a close friend of mine did, and I remember I did some bad things to that friend growing up. I think I traded his Xbox away, and I broke a controller, and I just was not a good friend to this person as a child. But like I said, I remember us playing one of the Abe's Odyssey or Abe games on the original Xbox. I just didn't really get that into it, and I haven't really played any games in the series since then. I knew this game was a big deal when it came out, and I also believe it was maybe one of the first games released on limited run games. So I know there's a big fan base for the series, and people were really excited when they saw a physical version of this game come out. Anyway, coming in at a price of $89, Oddworld Abe's Odyssey New and Tasty is the fourth most expensive PlayStation 4 game of 2019. At number 3, we have Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite. I know, this free-to-play game. I know. Don't ask me why it's on this list, but I'll tell you what I do know. There are a couple of different physical versions of Fortnite. I have seen some at GameStop, but this is like the first physical version, and I think, I don't know for sure, but I think there's a single-player mode or campaign mode or something on that game. I'm not 100% sure. I've never played it. All I know about this game is you want to be the last one standing, and there's like storms, and you want to avoid them, I guess, and you kind of drop in with a parachute or whatever kind of item that you have. I don't know. I don't know much about this game. My stepson will tell you all about it. He loves it. He's real competitive with it, too. I know a few people in Baltimore that are in, like, Fortnite leagues and stuff, but anyway, coming in at a price of $90. God damn, $90 for Fortnite. God. Anyway, Fortnite is the third most expensive PlayStation 4 game of 2019. At number 2, we have Job Simulator. Now, my 13-year-old stepson, who loves this game, by the way, he hates PlayStation-branded products. Not a big fan of the PlayStation. I love it. You guys know that. Grew up on the PS1 RPGs and the Nintendo stuff. And, I mean, I'm almost 40 years old. But anyway, my stepson found out that this game came out on the PlayStation 4 on the VR. And at the time, I had a VR. And, of course, he made me buy it, and he loved it to death. And when I watched him play this game, it just looked like you have different jobs. One's a fry cook, another one you work in an office, and, you know, different jobs. And you just do fun little tasks, and, you know, it's silly little things, and apparently the kids love it. Apparently the adults love it, too, because I've had a lot of people tell me this is a fun game. I tried it. I couldn't get into it. It's funny how, you know, young kids will want to do these fake jobs with a VR, but when it comes to doing chores around the house, they're not big fans of doing that. I mean, I was really quick to point that out. But, you know, the kids seem to love it. And this game must be pretty rare because coming in at $100, this silly game cost $100. That's crazy. But anyway, Job Simulator is the second most expensive PlayStation 4 game of 2019. At number 1, we have Griffon Knight Epic. Now, those of you that watch my channel know that I love shoot 'em up, so I am really happy to see a shooter make the top of this list. Now, I actually found out that this was an expensive game from a fellow YouTuber, Dat Game Collector. Check out his channel. He's got an awesome channel. We were actually driving out to a video game store in another state, and we were having a conversation about rare and expensive PlayStation 4 games, and he told me about this game that he had. And when I heard about the price it was going for, I couldn't believe it, so I looked it up on eBay, and I was just shocked. Now, I get it. It's a limited release game, so there is a small quantity of these things floating around, but a lot of these limited release games, they don't go for this much money. I mean, it must stand as a testament to how good this game is or something. But anyway, coming in at a price of $190. Damn, we got PlayStation 4 games that cost $190 now. But Griffon Knight Epic is definitely the most expensive PlayStation 4 game of 2019. Okay guys, so those are the most expensive PlayStation 4 games of 2019. Now, I know what you're thinking. You know, this game should be on the list. That game should be on the list. Like, John, you know, what the F? Like, you know, all these other games should be on this list. I mean, hell, I could think of 10 or 20 other games that I feel like should be on this list. Guys, all this was based on numbers. Numbers alone. I had no prejudices about making this list. If I had it my way, it'd be all expensive, you know, shooters on this list. It's all about what some of these games are selling for. Give you an example, Astabreed. You know, Astabreed on the internet sells for like, you know, $25, $30, $35. It's not enough to even make this list. So just keep that in mind. I base all this information on numbers, and, you know, Fortnite's on the list, for God's sakes. Fortnite. You know, you think I want that on the list? No. But it's on there. So guys, those are the 10 most expensive games of 2019 for the PlayStation 4. But let me know in the comment section down below, and I'm sure you guys are going to let me know. But what games should be on this list, or what are some of your favorite PS4 games, or some of the rare, kind of hard to find games on the system. Let me know. Anyways, guys, make sure you like this video, and if you're not subscribed to the channel and you like awesome video games, you might want to subscribe. Till next time, guys. Peace out.